I'm live. Hello everybody. Hello. Saying hello to anybody who might be here. Oh, fantastic. Getting a few people in. Hello. Already getting one comment there, I can see. Hello there. How are you all?
Chelsea's first.
Oh, Chelsea for the gold medal. Well done. Yeah, it's actually it's a bit strange because, when you start doing these, most of the comments just, all of the comments seem to just come on at once. So yeah, hello everybody. How are we all? I'm feeling a bit sort of like all over the place today. I don't really know why.
Does anybody want a cup of tea?
Does anybody want a cup of tea? My dad, we've just boiled the kettle, getting ourselves all comfortable. So if you want a cup of tea, then yeah, what tea do we have?
Well, we've got Earl Grey, we've got normal builder's tea.
Earl Grey, normal builders.
We've got chamomile, we've got licorice, we've got just about everything else. We've got decaf, we've got caf.
We are the tea connoisseurs. Connoisseurs. Connoisseur. How do you say that again? How do you say it properly? A connoisseur. See, there we go. I think Angela just said 1 sugar and milk, please. Stop it! Right, well, whilst everybody is getting their beverages, I'm going to feel quite classy today.
Oh dear. Why would you have that stuff? It's horrible.
It's so nice.
Yorkshire tea, 3 sugars. 3 sugars, Lewis? Wow.
That is a lot.
Johnny's
chin.
on. Johnny 91's on board. They want gin.
Chin. We're chinning. Chin, Pa.
Oh, chin.
Chin. There we go.
I'll stick that in there.
There. And welcome to the 7th episode of Witchcraft Wednesday. Now, this is going to be the penultimate episode of this kind of 8-episode series kind of thing. When I first began, I kind of wanted to make it 8 episodes to begin with and take a few weeks out so that I could do my own research, because I've been noticing that I've kind of wanted to focus on not only with my own path, but I also want to think about just being able to broaden my own intelligence and knowledge on the subject, because I feel like at the moment I've kind of stopped learning about some of the things that I was really getting into before I kind of started doing this. And, for example, really weirdly, I really wanted to learn about the different wood types and how to properly ask permission for certain things and bits and bobs like that. And I feel like after this episode, we're going to have next week, and then we're going to have just a few weeks where I can kind of gather my own intel, and there we go. It's all going to be
if
quite
anyone
nice.
else has got any information to keep in touch.
Exactly, yeah. As in, I've already mentioned this a few times, so if you want to kind of, after next week, if you guys want to tell me about what you guys have been up to with your journey and everything like that in this little tiny break that we're having, then my Instagram is Mary M. Beattie, my Facebook is Mary, then the letters MHE, and then my Twitter is Mary M. Beattie again.
Peter Blundell has given you $5 already.
Oh, thank you very much, Peter. That is very, very lovely. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Now, today we're going to be talking about spirits and the relation they have to witchcraft. Now, I like looking at, YouTube videos and obviously reading books about other opinions when it comes to spirits and ghosts and all that sort of stuff in the eyes of witches. And what I found is a bit strange. I usually get seeing a lot of witches in that community have actually quite a, I wouldn't say negative, but I'd say it's rather, if there is a spirit in your house, most of what I've seen anyway, most actually just banish them straight away, or they just don't want to have anything to do with them. Which to me is insane, because you think, oh my God, I've been raised to kind of, investigate and talk and find out names and if they're nice or they want to do us harm and all that sort of stuff. But I did find this article that was written, and it was basically talking about how, yes, you have a lot of witches who don't really want to have spirits wandering around the house, or they might think that they are negative. But then there's also a lot of witches who, with their own sort of thing, they will quite happily turn around and accept those spirits into the house and so on and so forth.
Patricia Adams Patricia Adams Wright has just given you 20 quid.
Oh my God, thank you so much, Patricia. That is so lovely. Oh my God. Thank you.
And Sarah Green has just Sarah Green said she started making her own witchy journal this week.
Oh, fantastic! Yes, it's always brilliant to make something to help. I mean, a lot of people call that your book of shadows. But thank you so much.
Maxine is saying hi, gorgeous.
Hello, Maxine.
And the lovely Ruth has made a suggestion.
Ooh.
That when you finished, we should do a Watson Wednesday. With just him sitting in front of the camera.
Just him sitting there, just doing his own thing. Yeah. That'd be quite funny. Now, when I was as I was talking, when it comes to this, it is a very sort of odd subject because we all know, if anybody, the majority of people do obviously love Most Haunted and that, which is fantastic because we all know that there can be. Stop doing that. That was my foot. Did you hear the tone change there? That was actually quite frightening. I scared myself.
Right. Lewis is saying, stop drinking Monster Mary. It's shocking for you. Don't know how you can drink it after. No, drink it to be honest.
To be fair, this is zero sugar, 0 calorie.
It doesn't matter. It's still full of crap.
No, don't judge me. Not allowed. Anyway, as I was saying.
How's the non-smoking going? People are asking.
Good. Very, very good.
Crystal from Arkansas has said hello.
Hello, Crystal from Arkansas.
Arkansas.
So, can I ask? I know in America there's Kansas, and then there's Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Sorry.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Oh right. Is there a place called Arkansas?
I think it's spelled Arkansas, but it's pronounced Arkansas.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I just butchered your state's name.
I think they'll forgive you.
I hope so. Cross the fingers. Now, when it comes to talking about spirits and ghosts, obviously, people who have watched the show and are fans of my parents, I've grown up when I was very young, I had no idea what my parents did for a living. I just know that they used to go places and that was it. And then eventually when I was old enough, they sat me around a table and then I started speaking to my granddad, which wouldn't be a problem, but he was dead. So, it kind of all fitted in. So ever since then, it's been this, I hear movement from upstairs.
Must be Mother.
Ooh, even Olive stirred. But when it comes to this sort of thing, it was the whole thing of being able to go on these investigations, on watching, you and Ma go and do your thing, and you'd find that sometimes you'd have chats through knocking or through a Ouija board. It would be, somebody who was very, very pleasant, or somebody who needed help, and so on and so forth. And that is something that I really, I want to remember, because yes, there can be negative spirits. However, in my eyes, they are literally just like us. You can have nasty people, you can have lovely people, you can have evil people on this world, you can have the most amazing people on this world. And I think that is how it will be on the other side, which is why I have created this sort of thing. We spoke about it last week, talking about being able to help with spiritual awareness, as it's called, and being able to sort of make a deeper connection with spirits. Maybe it could be a family, friend, something like that. And I did do a bit of research into it, and we have our 2 main ingredients of today, which are, drum roll, lavender. I mean, they've all looked at the ingredients. Actually, it's not even. Stop it! It's not actually a surprise. They have the ingredients. I put the things online.
Denmark and Massachusetts are tuned in too.
Wow! Oh, hello.
You've gone global.
I've gone global. Oh, that's quite exciting. Hello, my American friends.
Laura Gamble's telling me off, saying stop it.
Thank you, Laura. God, pain in the arse.
You asked me for a drum roll. I gave you a drum roll.
Yes, but it was elongated. Anyway, right. Lavender and rose petals. Now, both of these are dried for me. Now, if you guys have, I've seen a comment asking about the clock.
Yeah, well, the trouble is we need to say, if anyone knows where to get the other clock, we can't remember where we got it from. If anyone else knows, Maggie Morris has just sent you £2 saying cool.
Oh, thank you very much, Maggie.
But if anyone else there knows where you can get another clock like that one, we'll get another one.
I'm missing the colours. It just stopped working, didn't it?
No, it fell off the bloody wall.
Oh yeah, it fell off the wall.
That's what stopped it working. It fell into bits.
I just walked in at the wrong moment and just saw it wasn't working and just kind of went. Oh.
Every time you walk in, it's the wrong moment.
No.
Rachel Harmon.
Yes.
As she said, she's giving you £8 to help you on your journey.
Oh.
Thank you, Mary. You lifted my spirits each time.
Thank you so much.
Also to your pa for his random chats, thoroughly entertaining.
Thank you.
Some people appreciate me.
I appreciate you all the time. I love you, Papa. I love you. I love you.
I love you too, my gorgeous, wonderful daughter.
Yeah.
And do you know what? You're the best at what we got. What? I'm just saying that. Well, if I'd had another daughter, we'd have someone to sort of put you next to and go, which was good, which was...
Oh my God! Right, Laura, tell him off again. But no.
Hazel Armstrong, she says she always appreciates me, and I know I'm hijacking your thing. I'm sorry, Hazel. I know you do, and I always appreciate you. Love you. I've just dropped glasses.
Gasp! Shock horror. Laura says, "Carl." Oh, I'm loving this. Yes, as I was saying, I can't remember where I was now.
You were just at the end of the table.
Yes, I've gone very, very close. Hello, everybody. I feel a bit delirious with this chat. I feel like I'm just sort of like rambling on. Anyways, so yes, we do have lavender and we do have rose petals. Now, these I actually selected myself. Mostly because I was looking through what would be the best to help with the whole spiritual connection. And funnily enough, lavender is fantastic for not only being able to strengthen your third eye, but also being able to strengthen your mental connection to the other side. It is fantastic when it comes to the afterlife. And also I incorporated and asked for rose petals, this is obviously a massive rose, but I am going to be getting the petals off here. But with the rose petals, they are fantastic for spirits, for spiritual communication, and also being able to open your mind up to further and other energies, which is fantastic. But also it has another purpose. Now, if you remember, we used rose petals before, and it was to do with relationships, not only with being in love and that sort of thing, but being able to have that relationship with family and friends. So whilst incorporating this, not only is it fantastic for stop nodding and putting me off. Not only fantastic for bringing up your spiritual awareness, but it's also brilliant for also incorporating in case you have lost a friend or a family member and you want to get involved. So yeah.
You've just got Keisha.
Hello, Keisha.
From South Africa. She's a huge fan and she's 13 years old.
Oh, hello there,
Huge
Keisha.
hello to you, Keisha.
Oh, hello there. How are you? I hope you're okay. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. I don't know what the time zone is like in South Africa. Would it be...
It's either in front or behind us.
Well, technically, is it really in front or behind? Time is a man-made thing.
It's only a few hours. There's only a few hours difference.
Oh, well, I hope you have a lovely, lovely night or day wherever you are, Keisha. Now, I'm going to kind of go through why some people might not like this certain spell. Now, when it comes to these sort of spells, obviously it is strengthening a connection with the dead. Now, obviously, we do put our intent behind it. However, there have been cases, and this is a massive warning, if you don't want to do this, fair enough. That is absolutely, I'm not going to, go, oh my God. But when it comes to this, if you have an inkling of negativity or stuff like that, it can not backfire, but it can invite not only spirits that are friends and family, but just general spirits who might have passed on, just be in your household, and you don't know whether they are good or maybe negative or mean you harm. So just be careful. Now, we're going to start today.
I just want to get the time zone thing sorted.
Yes.
Now, Jackie Devitt is in caps, so I'm assuming that's shouting.
Yes, it is.
South Africa is the same time zone. Right?
Is it actually?
No, because Keisha's saying, I'm good, thanks. You? It's 22:13, which is an hour in front.
Well, there you go.
So I would go with Keisha because she's there.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Keisha, and I hope you're okay, and I'm okay as well.
Just the lovely Michael Hunter.
Oh, hello, Mike Hunter.
Beautiful Michael and his gorgeous husband.
Uncle Mike.
Azzy.
And Auntie Azzy.
We love and miss you lots. Can't wait to meet up, Uncle Mike and Auntie Azzy forever.
Aww.
Buy yourself a supply of Monster, and he's giving you 25.
Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you so much, Mike, and also Auntie Azzy. That is so lovely. Thank you. That is a lot of money.
And Glitter Knickers. There's no connection between Mike and Glitter Knickers.
Right.
Although I think there is. But they're saying they're coming down. South Africa is an hour in front.
There we go. See, we're getting the facts.
So Jackie shouting didn't really work.
But genuinely, Mike, thank you so much. That is a lot of money. Thank you. That is so lovely. Thank you. I can't thank you enough for that sort of stuff. But genuinely, I will talk to you later and thank you better in person.
And I know you want to get on, but Sarah M is saying Witchcraft Wednesdays has helped me in so many ways during this lockdown. Thank you guys.
Oh, Sarah. Oh, well, I'm glad about that.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, we've got You're clear.
You're clear. You're fine.
Mrs. Beattie's just come downstairs.
She's in her pajamas, so yeah, there she is. She's waving. You can say something, you know. Oh. Oh. I don't know what. Yeah. Anyways, right. Skipping on. Now we know that South Africa is an hour in front. First off, it's so an hour in front.
Yeah, they're an hour ahead of us.
So that means that it's.
Quarter past 10.
How old?
Sorry.
What? You should be in bed, young lady. 13 years old, nearly 10. Past 10.
Everyone's in lockdown. She don't go anywhere.
That's true. That is true.
At 13, you should be enjoying yourself.
That is true, actually. Enjoy yourself. You're a teenager. Right, now, we're actually going to get on and get going, as it were. Now, I've gone a bit extra today with the candle. Don't ask me why. I really have gone a bit... There we go. So it's actually in a glass box. Don't ask me why. It looked quite decorative and I thought I would use it. So we are going to do that now. This is going to be fun. Oh, look, you can see me lighting the candle. Now, isn't that quite cool? Come on. I mean, you know.
Thank you for what you've used up.
Now, that is true. We're going to make this aesthetically pleasing. Does this work?
No.
It does work. It might not work.
Alex Foles. Thank you for keeping us all sane, having afternoon tea. Please remind your dad to contact me about the card. Oh, will do, Alex. That's Alex Foles. He just sent you $5.
Oh, thank you so much, Alex. And I'm glad that I'm glad that you're enjoying this little series. Ow, that's hot. I'm glad that you're enjoying this series. So yeah. We have our candle. It looks like it's like one of those fake ones, you know, the ones that are electric, but I promise you, it is a flame. There we go, you can see it now. But no, we are going to light our candle, so wherever you have your candle, light it now, so we're going to get all of that lovely, lovely wax going now, rather than later. I'm going to put that over there. So yeah.
Now, Ghost Adventures of Cornwall, who we love. We love Ghost Adventures of Cornwall.
Hello, Ghost Adventures of Cornwall.
They're actually saying that Mary brings a new dimension to Most Haunted.
Oh, thank you very, very much.
Yes.
Thank you. Pa?
Yes. What?
Do you agree?
I see you certainly bring a new dimension.
Yeah.
But then again, if I just put a slug on there, it'd bring a new dimension, wouldn't it?
He is being so mean. You can, it's fine. There we go. Bye.
You're not saying anything. Wow. My wife has actually gone nuts.
Right, so now I'm actually going to get into this spell now.
Yeah, could you?
Yes. Now we have done our candle. Now I'm going to just unlatch this because it's going to be easier to focus on. I'm going
You're telling me to be nice.
Yes.
I am nice.
Right, I'm focusing now.
Well, that's a first. Let me watch. Let me video this.
Right, let me focus.
Okay.
Right. This isn't Pa's Insult Wednesday. What is it? Witchcraft Wednesday. So we're going to be doing some witchcraft. I don't know what that dance was. Did you like it though? I kind of shimmied across the screen.
Yeah.
Look at me go. Right, anyway. Now, what we're going to do is, do you remember last week, if you were here, we spoke about intent and protection. Now, with this, I've lit my candle not only for the wax, but to also draw upon and be able to cast my circle. Now, if you weren't able to join in last week, we were speaking about how we can use an element to help us cast a protective circle, which is what I strongly advise to do with what we're going to be doing today. Even though it is a spell jar, and I have said that we are going to be doing simple spells, which is what this is. It is a lot better when we're talking or doing anything about spirits or ghosts. It is a lot better to even have that protection. Even if you think it's whatever, if you don't believe full-heartedly, it's better to have armor on than not. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I've not got anything you've said for the last 21 years.
Thank you. Anyway, so I haven't been alive for 21 years.
Well, almost 21. It's your 21st year, isn't it?
That's very true. Now, what I'm going to do is, as if you guys have lit your candles, then I would draw upon the energy, and as I am doing, I am imagining that flame going onto the table and kind of creating a circle around me. I will be believing that it's basically going to swallow me up, and I'm going to use all of my positive emotion from seeing all your lovely comments. I am going to be using all of that positive emotion, and it's going to keep me safe. And the intent behind that intent and being able to believe you are going to be protected is one of the most important things you can do. Believing that you're going to be protected, believing that, nothing negative can come into your circle is fantastic. That is what you want. So, shkaboop. I'm kind of getting there. I'm feeling a bit energized now. I think it might be the monster, but woo! Energized.
What the raging beep?
Hey, listen, when you draw on energy, what do you think's going to happen, Pa?
Well, you've been drawing on my energy for the last almost 21 years.
See, that
or should I say you've been sucking the energy out of me for the last 20 years?
Okay, so now I'm getting quite happy, and it's weird because when you do cast your circle, you kind of feel a lot more, I don't know, a bit more lighter, a bit more sort of, I like to say, a bit more happier in a sense, but not that I wasn't happy before, but as in you kind of feel a lift in emotion, and it's wonderful. Now, this is where we're going to start with our spell. I'm going to lock my little candle in there. Skaboo. There
Australia's joined us.
Hello, Australia.
Jerry King.
Pardon?
Jerry King.
Jerry King from Australia. G'day, mate. There we go. Bit of koala soup.
Koala soup?
On a barbie.
Koala soup?
Scooby-Doo. Kangaroo. Do I do a good Australian accent? There we go.
You barely do a good English accent.
I'm so sorry, Jerry, for butchering your accent. Right, moving on.
Rest in peace, koala.
I did actually say koala soup. Right, so now, for those who are joining in, I'm going to bring this quite close. Here we go. Now, I've obviously got my rose petals. Now, you probably either have fresh, or if you're like me, you have dried. I went a little bit extra, so I got a full-on flower. But I'm going to take those rose petals, and I'm going to very lightly do so. Now, usually when it comes to, I would say, more living plants, you definitely need to ask permission. By doing that, you simply, it sounds so weird to say that, but you put your hand on said plant or living being, you stick that sort of, and you basically ask could be in your head or so on. Can I please have these? And if needed, you can offer an exchange. For example, you could say, if this was a flower that was just hanging somewhere, I would say, I will water you for the next week if I could please borrow 2 petals or whatever it is. And if you feel a rush of positive energy, that's how you know it's been accepted. If you don't feel anything, then I would probably stay away from that.
Maggie Morris is saying she just doesn't have rose petals.
Just doesn't have rose petals. Do you have lavender though, Maggie? Because lavender's the secret ingredient of love. Well, as in it works better with rose petals, but lavender is kind of like the big thing.
I think the biggest thing which needs to be addressed straight away has come from Ali Haunty Schofield.
And what Ali Haunty Schofield said.
Mary.
Yes.
Your nail varnish is disappearing.
I know! Look how awful they've become. It's horrendous. To be fair though, this was, I don't even know where this came from, but we found it. And then all I do all day is I just start looking at it and going, oh, I bet I could get that entire nail off. I bet I could do that. Oh, yeah. And then it will get stuck halfway like that one has. It's vile. I will repaint them for next week.
You're saying there's a story going on here?
Yes.
Because Laura's obviously been telling me off.
Yes.
James, her other half, has been, you know, kind of been a support, because James and I have a bit of a
yes, we established this last time.
She's come up and said she's obsessed with lavender.
Yes.
Straight after that, James said, lavender is brilliant for sleep.
Right.
I'm just wondering whether he's constantly surrounding Laura with lavender so he gets some peace and quiet. I'm just trying to
Don't do Laura like that. I love lavender.
I'm just asking the question.
Now, actually, to be fair, I am saying that there has been a couple of times where I have actually mentioned that lavender is fantastic for sleep. So, no, I'm here for you, Laura. Don't you worry. I think we should have a girl mounts. Do you want a girl mounts, Laura?
A girl mounts.
Girl mounts? Is that a bromance? It sounds better as a bromance. Do you want a bromance, Laura? Right. Okay. Now I'm adding quite a few petals in here. But because I want quite a few, I want to make sure that I have a lot to do with my relationships, and I'm just blooping them in there. I'm going to do one more. Plop. There we go. Now,
Chelsea, who was first on.
Yes, Chelsea.
She's actually saying that lavender gives her a headache.
Oh, really? Does it? Suppose I think that because they're quite a strongly scented flower, like as in. That you can flower, but when you walk past a bush of lavender, you can smell it. Like as in like it's not like roses where you just get a faint whiff. It's like in your face lavender. You know.
Well, Master of Life.
Hello, Master of Life.
Which is a rather huge title to have.
I know, the Master of Life.
Mary.
Hello.
Do you connect with the fairy realm?
Actually, this is quite funny because when it comes to fairies, I haven't done that much research on them. However, I have been kind of studying and crossing over into the pagan belief of the fae. No, I'm not a pagan. However, I thought, oh, what's this all about? And I was like, let's have a look. And then I thought, well, hang on a minute, this looks incredibly interesting. And then I went, oh, that explains an awful lot. And it was quite fun because we had something go missing a couple of days back, and then on top of that, I had four of my things that just went missing in the same day, and I was like, "It's the Fae!" Running around with a candle, like, "No, give us our stuff back!"
Laura is saying she has a lavender bush, which is probably why James only does half the job. What?
You can't say things like that.
What?
You can't say things like that.
I was listening.
Yes, we've got 397 people listening.
Apart from them. They're not going to say anything.
Right, moving on. So now, is my candle getting a lot of wax? Yes, it is. So now what I'm going to do is follow along with me. You're going to put one bit of lavender if you have it. If you have oils, then put the rose oil in first and then the lavender. This part is incredibly important. So we're going to go sklabump and then sklabump, and there we go. Now this is going to help us be able to connect more with the other. I don't really like saying the other realm. It sounds very sort of strange. Another realm, the other side, as we call it. So now where you should put this is mostly to do with the area of your house that either you feel might be the most connected to a spirit, or maybe you have some history on the house. Can I put this in the green bedroom?
Sorry?
Can I put this in the green bedroom, please? If not, then can I put it in the dining room?
Yeah, put it in the green bedroom. Where do you want to put it?
The green bedroom.
Put it in the green bedroom.
I'm going to put it in the green bedroom. So I'm going to put this in the room that I feel is probably the most, what's the word? Busy with activity, I would say.
Oh, the green bedroom.
Yeah. So as in, I would go with the area of your house that you feel more connected to when it comes to that sort of thing. Now, obviously, if you maybe don't feel that inside your house, but you still want to have that connection, I would always either put it in the window or in your bedroom, hopefully on both. So, yeah.
The Awesome Cart is saying, why don't you start your own witch's garden? You could grow lavender, roses, and all the other things.
That is very true. The only problem with that is that I've somehow managed to let cactuses die. I don't know how. I've watered them.
Why?
But
why?
I'm
That's
just
probably why.
really bad.
Why don't
Bad.
we,
Yeah.
in the 2 weeks when you finish, let's start a garden and see how well we do?
That'd be quite nice. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, that'd be quite cool. And we'll give you guys little updates, which will be fab. Right, now, this is probably one of the quickest spells I've ever done. But now, remember, when it comes to the intent, now we're going to do things a little bit backwards right now, because usually when we do our jar spells, we cleanse the jar first. This is going to be backwards because we're going to be lighting our incense now and literally just putting it. In fact, I'll show you. Why am I miming it? Hang on 1 second. I'm a bit all over the place today. Right, we're going to do that.
I just point out today.
This face is not pleased.
Must be all free living you get here.
No. So now, when it comes to this, we are going to... we're not going to put it in all the way because we don't want anything to burn, but we are going to very, very gently stick it around the top. Now, we're not going to do this for long because all this is doing is cleansing the opening of the bottle, which is what we want. We don't want to cleanse the entire bottle because the connection of these two creates the energy that helps. So, we're going to do this. What were you laughing at before when I was literally talking very seriously?
I just thought you were still talking about James and Laura, because you said we're not going to stick it all the way in, we're just going to rub it around the top.
Right, that's absolutely disgusting. Moving on. Now, when it comes to this, now, usually when we do have our little bottle, I usually show you all the smoke inside. This is not the case. As I said, the combination of these two is going to be what the energy is. Cleansing something is to get rid of the negative entities and the negative energies, but what it can do is also cleanse everything else. So, if we cleanse just the top, then we are getting rid of all that sort of stuff. Now, Pat, how do I put this out? Because I don't really need the rest of it now. I've done its job.
You give it to your dad.
Give it to my dad. Here you go.
Your dad takes it away.
Thank you.
Randy Coates is saying this is very enlightening. Fits right with my druid studies. Thank you. He sent you $24.99.
Thank you so much. That's so lovely. Thank you. Genuinely. Thank you.
I've just got a warning from Laura Gamble. Serious, Carl. Next time I see you, I'm in trouble.
Thank you, Laura. Big hugs. Well, maybe not like straight away because we don't know how hugging is going to be. But air hugs and lots of love and support for you for sticking up for me. Because, yes. And a lot of other people were sticking up for me too. So, yeah, you're in big trouble with everybody. So mean. Now, I'm going to grab my trusty little candle thing. Oh, hang on. Let me just fix it. There we go. I'm going to take out my candle, and this is going to be... Now, this is my favourite part. There is no other part that is better than dribbling wax all over something. Am I right or am I right? So, we are going to grab our bottle, and we're going to tighten it around. We're going to put our candle out until it's completely dead. And the fun part, dribble your wax all over until it's nice and covered. I think I might get some more wax on that. That does not look sealed in the slightest. Bear with me, but Overall, we will get there eventually with my wax. It seems like this every single time. Either I can't get enough wax. Stop being so rude. Oh my God. Sniggering like a 12-year-old. I've just told him off. He doesn't look very happy.
I don't know.
Little smirk on your face.
This chat's getting very naughty.
I think that's wonder why.
It's good to dribble. I love a good dribble. Love a good waxing.
Is that coming from the chat?
That's coming from the chat.
Oh my God, so it's actually... I always thought it was just my pa being dirty. But it's all you guys as well. Oh.
The awesome car I've been dribbling for years. It's not me, I'm not typing.
Disgusting behaviour.
I'm not typing, it's not me. You can't blame me.
It's absolutely vile. Here I am trying to just wax my candle. And you guys are just being awful with it. You know? Stop smirking behind there.
I can't help it.
I know what you're thinking. Right. And everybody... Hang on. Harry says it's all the uptight lockdowns full of sexual tension. Don't think that's the case in my household. At least I hope not.
Well, Paul Watson's been looking used.
Oh! Why would you say that? That is genuinely wrong. My toes actually curled in disgust.
What? Watson's a handsome dog.
I don't want to know. Right, this is a weird conversation. Right, we're going to move on to something else.
Right, Alex wants to know if have you melted your wax yet?
I did, but then I just didn't get enough. As you can see, I've got a gap missing. Hang on. There, that I need to fill in. So I'm burning more wax with my candle and hoping that I'm going to get some more. See, now I'm wondering...
Do you want me to hold on to that, or you have to...
I'm all good. I'm quite happy. Has anybody got any questions?
Wax, you got more from one than the other?
I'm all good, honestly. To be honest, we only need that tiny little bit more, but thank you anyway, Papa.
Apparently, people are starting to casting aspersions on me and the sheep.
Sorry?
They think that I'm releasing my sexual tension on the sheep.
We don't have any. Oh, yes, we do.
We do. We have about 30 of them.
Right, I don't want to know about anybody's sexual tension. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you? And all you sensible people out there, thank you.
I'm not even
Thank you
typing.
for being sensible and taking this seriously.
We are taking it seriously. It's just people are asking questions.
Yeah.
It's just sheep.
I don't want to talk about sheep. Right, okay, I'm going to read my own questions if there's no more about sheep. Right, okay. Did you enjoy your night out in your man hut?
I had a very nice time in my man hut. I'll tell everyone about it tomorrow night.
Oh, I'm glad. I am very glad. Right, okay. Is there any more? I'm trying to see. I can't read them.
We've had lots of people talking about you smoking. Are you still not smoking?
I am still not smoking. No, I'm just vaping away. They said vaking then. I'm not raking or vaking. So yeah. Right, I'm going to give this another go.
Hazel Armstrong saying she's taking it seriously because she's pure and clean. She has no idea what anyone else.
Thank you, Hazel. You see,
everyone is. They're just waiting for the wax thing.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. A little bit more wax, and then on that side, and finally, come on.
The awesome car wants to know: does it matter what sort of candle we use?
Not so much. All candles have different meanings. That's why I usually go for white, because white covers all bases. However, if you use a blue candle, you can make that. Blue is kind of identified with the colour of work and concentration, which can work. Pink and red. Pink is more to do with romance and love. Red can be done with sort of believing in oneself, bravery, so on and so forth. So yes, they do. However, I think because this is a positive spell, it won't counteract anything. There is no sort of candle that will make you go, oh my God, it's all gone horribly wrong. So yeah.
Just a couple of other questions, just while you're looking at that. Ruth wants to know how long will the spell last. So I'm going to put a couple out here. Now, Chris Lee has said something very nice. He just said that you sound like your mum.
Oh, I get that quite a bit.
He loves you and loves Most Wanted.
Oh, well, I love you too.
And Maggie Morris wants to know, can I put it next to her mum's ashes? So can she put it next to her mum's ashes, and how long will the spell last?
Spell will last for as long as this remains sealed. I'm probably going to put a little bit more wax on here because I don't feel comfortable with how exposed it really is. So I'm going to continue to do that. Actually, yeah, it was a really good idea to do that.
Do you want me to do this one?
I'll tell you, yes, please. I think I'm going to stick a little bit more wax on there. Only because I just...
Oh, sorry, I just moved that. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you've fallen over. You get to see... It's now... You can kind of see my armpit from here. Well, you can't because I've covered it up, but, you know.
How's that?
That.
Is that better?
Better, there we go. You get more view of our new clock, which I'm not gonna lie, it's not as
doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It doesn't look as. Oh wow!
Doesn't work.
We need another one.
I know. I can't remember where we got the other one from.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm looking at comments as well. We're gonna.
Nice beams. Everyone's liking the beams.
Oh, thank you. Well, I was they're not really mine. They're yours.
Well, the main one across came was ship timbers, so they would have come from a big old galleon that sailed the seven seas. Just throwing it out there.
Just throwing it out there.
Now, Teresa's saying Amazon sells them. I have to have a better look at Amazon, because I did have a look, but I couldn't find them. Sorry.
Why are you apologising? Continue.
No, because this is your thing. I'm waffling
No,
on.
I know. I was enjoying that.
You'll have to put up with me tomorrow night.
No, honestly, do you want to know something though? It was trying to find the exact clock for that wall was the hardest thing in the world, because you'd find one and it would look so close to what you wanted, so close, and then you'd actually see it and you'd notice that number 7 was actually red and not white or whatever it was. So, you know, disappointed. I want more clockage. Right, how's the wax coming along? It's getting there slowly. I'm going to kind of rotate my candle. Yeah, I'm going to give it a little bit of a go. Let's have a look. We're getting there eventually. Is anybody saying anything? Any questions coming on in so we can natter and chatter?
I have actually. Beth said she has a link with a bunch of PDFs to witchy books. If
Ooh, that would be fantastic. That would be wonderful.
Mary, what kind of witch do you want to be? And would you like to be in a coven? That's from Lisa Dorr.
I think I might have answered that ages ago. Obviously, you know, solitary. I'd like to kind of do things on my own. I'm a bit of a soloist, as it were. Mostly because I feel like I work better and I focus more when I am doing things on my own, if that makes sense, and being able to focus on what I'm doing. I don't think I'd want to join in with a coven, only because you know, I like to be very independent, as it were. But that's not saying as in I would never want to interact with other witches, because I already have, and they are probably, obviously you get bad apples in every community, but it is lovely to see how many lovely, lovely people there are, which is fab. So to the answer to that, solitary and no, but thank you for your question anyway. Right, okay, we're going to give this third time lucky with this one. How's that candle coming along?
Well, you got a bit on there.
Yeah, right, okay, I'm going to get this right in there. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Ooh, that's got me excited.
So you're saying a candle's got you excited?
Right.
Do you want any more?
I think so, yes.
There's only a little bit in there, there's not a huge amount.
Right. Thank you very much, Papa. Oh, no, there's quite a bit in there. That's good. Right, okay. No. No! No! Stop it! Oh my god, this keeps on coming alive. Oh, it's gone out. As soon as you try and show people. It's very annoying. Right. Skaboob, 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 skaboob. Okay, right. I'm finally happy with my jar. Right, I'm going to put this in the green room where, if people know, that is where we get the... Well, weirdly enough, I think we do more stuff in the dining room because I think that's more of a communal sort of area where you can all sit down and have a big, it's a heavy table.
Guest room, isn't it?
Yeah, but as in, I think we get a lot of activity in the dining room, but I think that's when we ask for it, the big celebrations, everybody's energy's high. However, in the green room, that's where it's been more unsuspecting. So as in, nobody's really asked for it. And that's why I think I'm going to be quite interested in putting it in there and seeing if more stuff happens, which would be fantastic. Oh, so yeah, I am going to disappear into the night unless there are any more questions before I go. And yeah, but this is what my bottle looks at the very end. You've got the lavender, the rose, and it's all sealed, all nice at the top, so absolutely nothing can get out. So yes.
How do you think you would be taken by the Pendle Hill witches if you ever visited there? Good witch versus bad witch. Were they bad witches?
I think the problem is that when it comes to spirits, I think I think if you practice witchcraft, you are focusing on a lot of energy. To be fair, it's been one of those where, how old was I? What year was Pendle Hill? Do you remember?
Oh, Pendle Hill's been there for many years.
You what?
Pendle Hill's been there for many years.
No, when you investigated it.
I don't know, probably 2005 maybe.
So I would have been around
5.
Yeah, I would have been around 5, 6. So I don't really remember seeing that. I was too young to see that episode anyway. But as in with that, all I know is that there was a lot of violence in that place, and I do believe that is genuinely a negative spirit that has had their energies amplified by maybe, who knows, witchcraft. I think the weird thing is that because you get a lot of witches who celebrate and practice dark magic, but I would never label them as a bad witch because that's what they believe in, that's their practice. Just in the sense that there is no such thing as a good witch. You can still practice light magic and be an absolute twat. So it's one of those where there is bad apples in every single community, but also really, really lovely ones. In the sense that if a lot of, if sort of like the witches who practice dark magic, I'm sure that there would be a vast majority of them who are very lovely people, but just want to have their way and practice their own journey and their own path.
See, Ruth Weir said, and I agree with her, she said they were just wise women. Yeah, they were women who knew about nature and knew about spells, knew about how to herbs and how to crush things together. But they were always, people went to them when things were good, but when something went bad, they blamed them and hanged them.
And that's the problem, though, is that when somebody has a power to make things good, they also have a power to make things bad, which is a shame because you think that person may not have done anything bad in their entire life or intended to do bad, but they would have been seen as doing bad even if it wasn't them, as we know.
Well, Alan Welton has just said, which kind of proves that really witches and mother-in-laws are the same kind of thing, because he said a witch is only dangerous as their emotional state. Same as mother-in-laws. I'm just throwing it out there. That's what I know.
To be fair, though, that's actually very true. We all know. As in, you'll suddenly feel a tremble going through your body and fear spiking in your face and in your head, and then finally you'll see Gran, who is not happy because the traffic was bad on the M6. There you go. I've just painted an image in everybody's head. I think it's a weird thing to say, an emotional scale. However, I believe that if I'm in a bad mood or if I'm angry, as long as I am not doing a spell or I am not using that anger to harm something or somebody, then I think that, I would still be... I don't know, it's weird, I've never really thought about it like that. It makes a good point, something to think about, doesn't it? Like, because now I'm thinking, has my emotional state ever caused harm without my knowledge of it, which would be quite interesting to do. So,
Anonymous, as you said, much love from Virginia,
from
USA. Virginia.
Virginia.
We'll be
Hello
coming
there.
back to the States anytime soon. When you're able to, we are looking at coming to the States very soon, actually.
Yes. Very soon. Yes. Can I come?
We're looking forward to coming back to. Really?
I want to go to the US.
Ah,
I want to go to the US.
I'm pretty sure the US.
Disneyland.
Montana. Hello from Montana.
Disneyland.
Yeah, but I think the Americans last time you went said don't bother coming back.
Disneyland and Universal Studios. Can we go? Can we go? Guys, tell Pa he has to buy. Actually, no, just tell him
Alex,
that
we
we're
will be
out.
coming to Canada. We definitely know that for a fact.
Right, I'll tell you what. I shall do just a few more little questions, and then I think I should disappear. Only because I'm beginning to get to this point where I'm going a bit delirious.
Okay, well, Chelsea's asking. I know you've answered this before, but I think it's good to answer it again for people who don't know. But where do you get your crystals from?
Oh, that is a very good question. Well, to be fair, the majority of the crystals, a lot of the crystals that I do have either been gifts from the lovely people, some of the lovely people who have been watching this, which is amazing, and also from my mum, and also there's a new little shop. I mentioned this last week, and I think they are fabulous and genuinely probably one of the most, and it's weird to look at because when you see Instagram, you see it as more of a personal thing of just people sharing pictures. You don't, for me anyway, I don't think of it as a business sort of place, if that makes sense. However, there was this one place called inner.sparkle.crystals. It's a crystal shop. It is fantastic. They do it very professionally, and honestly, when I went on their Instagram page, it was like just being on a shop. It was done amazingly. The pictures of the crystals are amazing as well. So that is where, for me, I'm going to be shopping for most of them as well. And plus, they have a very, very lovely lady and gentleman who kind of run that place as well. So yeah, they are awesome. But I think I want to find a lot more reliable crystal sellers. I know there are a few people who have messaged me. Kind of big branded ones, if that makes sense. So like a lot of big crystal brands, but I always think that it's kind of a little bit better to go with the smaller sort of shops because those I don't know why that sounds very stereotypical, but they always kind of seem to have the more genuine things. Does that make sense? Small businesses. They seem to be, yeah.
Lots of people on here are saying I have to take you to America now.
Yes.
Thank you. That's that little freedom out the way. Gone. But Sarah Davis.
Oh my God! Sorry to interrupt, but they have a Star Wars bit now. They have had it for so long, and they have stormtroopers, scout troopers. Kylo Ren goes around.
Maybe we won't go to America.
You can build your own droid.
Wow.
And lightsaber for only $100.
Oh, only $100.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Because money grows on trees.
Yeah.
Sarah Davies, this is a very good question. Do you think a good person could cast a bad spell on someone who has hurt them? Would it come back on the good person?
Now, that is a very good question, and I believe that has to do with intent. Mostly because when you think of, for example, I would say I'm not very malicious against people. However, let's say that somebody really hurt me, like really hurt my feelings, made me feel really bad, and I wanted to do a bad spell on them. Now, if I believed wholeheartedly that spell would work and they would be, and whatever bad luck would come their way, however, I was protected and I believed I was protected, then I reckon so. But for me, I know I am a huge worrier. I worry about everything from
Apart from keeping your room clean.
Right, no, don't talk about that. I don't know why I spoke like that then. Not allowed to be mean to me, it's Witchcraft Wednesday! Anyways, so I worry about a lot of things. But I think if you do not believe in the rule of 3, if you do not believe that it will backfire onto you, and you full on to 100% believe that that person will feel your wrath from that spell without any issue towards you, then yeah, I think it could work. However, I wouldn't do that.
Now, Winter Witch has said something.
Hello, Winter Witch.
Which is a little bit of a warning as well, which I think is a good thing to put out. But he said, people asking about spells, you need to do your own research. It's not something you can pick up and put down.
That is very true. And I think that is something to kind of sort of talk about, is in a sense when it comes to doing spells, you know, it can seem so entertaining, so fascinating. Oh, I just get to stick this and this and this and this into a jar, feel good about myself, and then put it to one side. It doesn't work like that. You have to, and I know it sounds, I mean, if you want to do it like that, of course you can. But for me, I believe that it has to be a mindset. It has to become part of your routine now. It has to be something that you do to the point where you feel more confident in yourself, and so on and so forth. And there are a lot of people who kind of think that witchcraft can be, I mean, when it kind of first started, the modernized witchcraft, a lot of people believed that it was going to be a fad, a trend, and then it would die out. And to be fair, you hear about a lot of people who did that, who are now having a lot of strange things happening to them. And I think it's because they didn't take it seriously. And I think, yeah, no.
Just to also, Winter Witch has just added, and always tether a spell.
But once again, when it comes to certain practices and certain things to protect yourself, I want to also tell people that when you are doing your research, do the research and believe what you wish to. However, make sure that you fully believe it. For example, people can tell you, for example, you need to put candles down for your circle, otherwise it won't work. Now, if you believe that, fair enough, that is your belief. However, in my personal opinion, I believe in the energy that is drawn from it, which is why I only need one, especially for simpler spells. And also when it comes to the rule of 3, personally, I believe in it because I think that mindset will always push me away from doing anything negative or anything bad. But some people just choose to not believe that because they think, well, hang on a minute, that person's hurt me, and now I'm going to sort of give them what karma would do. I am their karma, as it were. And I think with that, just go on your own journey. Witchcraft, there is no set of rules. It is a practice. If you want to go into a religion, then absolutely, then there are certain things you can and can't do in a sense. But for the most part, I think just as long as you're respectful and you research and do your own work, you will always be fine. You know, and just, you know, be nice and loving to one another. At least that's my sort of add-on to that.
Well, Daniel Stride has said, amazing person. Keep up the great work. You are an inspiration to me and many other people, Mary. Well done.
Oh, thank you so much. That is so, so lovely. Those lovely words.
They are lovely words. Nice ones to end on, I think.
Oh, I think it is. Well, on that note, guys, I am going to disappear. Mostly because, you know, I don't want to keep on whittling on. But
That'll be a first.
Right, on that note, so I don't start slapping my father on a live show. No.
You can't silence Laurel and Hardy.
I can. Right, anyway, so sorry, distracted. As always, I'm going to bid you all farewell. Have a lovely night. And remember what we spoke about with protecting yourself, being respectful to others, love everybody. And most importantly, make sure, keep peace in your hearts, kindness in your minds, and speak only beautiful words. I made that up on the spot, and I think that that's a quote of the day. Right, I'm off. Blessed be, and I wish you all the most loveliest of nights, and I shall see you all for our last episode of this series next week on Wednesday. So goodbye, everybody. Say goodbye, Pa.
Bye, Pa.
Bye.